Glory be to God. My name is Rashad Johnson. I'm making this video because the video that you're about to witness is a past event. Today's date is October 24th, 2025. The videos that you're witnessing at this moment is in 2024. Now, my journey started in 2016, which I do have a testimony series if you would like to know more about me and where I came from and giving my life over to the Lord and why God chose me. And when I say He chose me to document my journey with my wife. During this journey, God done blessed me. He done taught me. I done learned how to cast out demons. I learned how to be righteous. I learned how to love. I learned how to become a new person through the Word of God. But when it comes to my wife, God had us go through trials and tribulations to build me up. I had to go through some spiritual warfare. I had videos that dates back to 2019 with me and my wife when we got married. And the first year we was married. And the spiritual warfare attacks happened that suddenly, where I noticed a lot of the stuff that I'm going through is not normal. It didn't make sense. There was no logic. There was lies and manipulation and deceivingness coming from my wife. A woman that loved God, that worked at the church, that was prayer lines and Bible study, and then all of a sudden it just stopped. I was already gave my life to the Lord. Me and my wife, before we got married, we didn't have sex. We didn't live with each other until we moved in. So I was following the instructions that my God, Lord, Christ gave me from a previous marriage before my wife that I'm with right now. But what y'all gonna witness in these videos is how I overcame, how I been doing the will of God. There is video, actual footage of arguments of me and my wife and her acting out in spiritual warfare, attacking me. But a lot of my videos is just me talking to you over the phone, giving you a rundown of a spiritual argument that I just had. Now, I didn't want to post my life over to social media and Facebook, but God was putting this on my spirit to do. And I fought with God. I didn't want to do this because I love my wife. I'm in love with my wife. And like I said, I didn't want people in my personal life. But come to find out, and when I realized this is bigger than me and my wife, this is bigger than me and my wife. It's for everybody out there that's watching these videos that God done guided to watch these videos. It's just a lot of my videos may not even be talking about my wife. I done had spiritual arguments with being attacked by the enemy with co-workers that I really did have relationships with, that I truly loved. My children, my siblings, my sisters, my father, my mother. I've been attacked from all angles, from my finances, my name being slurred. I done had curses put on me. And God had to teach me how to fight spiritually. I had to learn how to rebuke and bind, declare, decree and declare. I had to learn how to recognize these demons and their tactics and how they fight. What causes a person to allow the demon into to controlling them? The Bible's crystal clear. I do back up a lot what I say with the Bible verses in the videos. This is not about, let me show you my life in drama. This is showing you how God is maneuvering and how great our God is. He used me and my family, but he mainly used me to do his will, which is my purpose. Even though today, October 24th, 2025, my story is not done. My wife and I are in a divine separation where God had to separate us to correct things to get me and my wife equally yoked. And she been through some things. I haven't spoken to her, but you will see how God brings us back together. You just got to watch the videos in order. It's a lot of videos. It's a lot of videos. This is not a quick story. This is a teaching moment. God tells me what to say, what to put. He done use prophets to reach out to me and tell me what's going on with my wife or what to expect, how to fight the enemy. Like it was people that I was underneath that went on the journey before me that is giving me the wording to understand what I'm going through and how to fight the enemy. But when you watch these videos, you will see the miracles, you will see the breakthroughs, you will see things that I said that took place with me that God told me this is not going to stand, and it did not stand. A lot of y'all may be going through spiritual warfare and don't even know it. A lot of y'all may be separated from your spouses and your loved ones, or you may not be talking to your loved ones or your mothers or your fathers or co-workers, and you think that it's just normal. No, you're being attacked. This is spiritual warfare. I talk about everything. And like I said, I use the biblical Bible verses to back up everything I'm saying. So I'm not going to make this too long. Continue to watch these videos in order. They are numbered from episode 1 to episode 300 and whatever. But watch how the story plays out. And like I said, if you want to reach me, my email is in the description. If you want to know more about me and my journey, go look up my testimony series. I love y'all, and I'm out. It's May 17th, 2024. So, I got a story to tell. And it goes like this. Me and my wife went out to Vegas for Mother's Day weekend. Had a nice little time. And it was no arguments. It was no nothing until Sunday morning. We came back on an early flight that got us back to Ontario, California at 7 a.m., right? During the flight, I had to hold my small bag, the one that you wear around your shoulder and your chest. I had her hold that, and it was no problem. It was like, hold this one. So I get off the plane, and, we seating separate. We find Frontier. So then she gets off the plane. I notice that she don't have the bag. So I say to her, sometimes I don't know where your head is at, right? And the reason why I said that is because She's the type that forgets things. Like, we go to a family member's house, a friend's house, she done forgot the diaper bag, or she done forgot their sippy cups, or, a jacket, a hat. It's always something. Like, she don't never do the pat down, like, okay, do I got this, and this? So, when I said I really don't know where your head be at sometime, it immediately, I want to say it put her in her feelings, because her response was, it's not my bag. What that got to do with anything? Once I handed it to you, that's your responsibility. If she handed me a bag and I forgot it on the plane, and she said, I don't know where your head be at, and it's a history of me leaving stuff behind, I'm not going to say to her, it's not my bag anyway. So she goes back. Luckily, she gets the bag. Luckily, my belongings is in the bag. So when she hands me the bag, I'm at the counter, got my back turned, looking through it. I get done looking through it. I turn around, she's gone. She's about 20 yards ahead of me. My comment should have not got you so upset that you had to continue to walk, because I said one comment. When she handed me the bag, I didn't say anything about it no more. It was done, right? It ain't that big of a deal. But when you're dealing with someone that don't have the word of God living within them, and that enemy could come in and come out anytime, it's like you can't say certain things. And I didn't even say it like in a tone of anger. It's just like, wow, how you gonna forget a bag that you strapped around yourself, first of all? But so I catch up to her, and I'm like, why did you walk away? Like, why you continue to walk? It ain't like we trying to catch the next flight. We going to our car. Like, we ain't have to even stop at baggage claim, but you walking 20 yards ahead of me. That's uncalled for. And then I got back to thinking, and I'm like, my wife don't really love me. She really don't love me. This enemy got her to a point where she really don't love me. She gets mad at any little thing I said, but I done witnessed this in the past with my ex-wife. The enemy got her to a point that anything I said sounded like it was an issue. And I couldn't even, like, I didn't have to even, it don't have to even be an argument. It could be, so what you doing today? It's like, what? What you mean what I'm doing? And it's like, hold on, where's all this coming from? Like, chill out. I just asked what you doing today. Or, what time you going to be back? Why does it matter what time I'm going to be back? Like, where is this coming from? It's frustrating that you can't even have civilized conversations when this enemy is using your loved one, right? So I got to talking to my wife, and I'm like, on the walk to the car, and I'm like, I don't think you love me. I really don't think you love me. And it's because you're constantly being used by the enemy. You're constantly being used by the enemy. You don't even realize that you're being used by the enemy. You're so frustrated with me. We just had a nice little weekend. I say one little comment, and you're upset. I took you to, we ate. I got you, she wanted these perfumes. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm going to get these. I told her when we get back to Ontario, I'll go get you your gifts. Because we couldn't fit it in our bags, right? So I'm like, I'll go get you your gift. Now, this is the um this is the problem. This is where everything really hit the fan. So I give my wife the rundown, and I tell her, I'm gonna slide the boys some money for watching their sisters. I'm gonna take them. Then I'm gonna take them to the movie theater, drop them off. They can watch Planet of the Apes, and then we gonna take the girls to the Jump Zone, right? And I think I said this, I explained this on my last video, so this might just be a recap to some of the people that already done listened to it. So, I come home and I've been having I'm dealing with my wife, but I'm also dealing with my son because I can't talk to him, because anytime I say something to him and it's something logical or something to help him, it's getting flipped around like it's a negative, right? And his way of thinking, it don't make sense. It's like they try to frustrate you, to argue with you with stuff that don't make sense. So my son is he up in the upstairs bedroom, right? And I walk in there and it smells like weed, but he says he vapes. But I'm like, okay, I'm not stupid, right? He tells me, well, all you gotta do is open up a window and spray. Look, check that. What 18-year-old is gonna say that to their parent? Like, that don't even make sense. I'm telling you, I don't want this smell in the house. You tell me to open a window and spray. Like, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. If you don't like it, just open up a window and spray. Like, you don't have no leverage. You don't run nothing here. So I get on him. Next thing you know, he don't want to go to the movies. Okay, cool. You don't have to go to the movies. It is what it is. I already had prepaid, bought the tickets, so now I got to go to the movies with my other son, my stepson, and now my wife got to watch the girls at the fun zone, right? So I told her we was gonna get a pizza. My wife didn't say nothing to my son, right? And I told her we were gonna get a pizza that night. But before we even left to the fun zone, because we was leaving like around 4 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock. And my wife comes in there and she's hurt because my son did not get her a Mother's Day card, which she asked for him to do and put some money in the card so she can go to a spa that I was already going to pay for anyway. So he didn't get her a card. So now she's in her feelings. She feels entitled. She's coming to me to complain, but I'm looking at it like, why should I have any sympathy for you? Because when Christmas came around, you didn't get me nothing. When Father's Day come around, you'll give me like a bottle of cologne, but I got to buy my own gifts. You see what I'm saying? Like, the energy that I do when it comes to Mother's Day, Christmas, just because I put the energy in with her, there's no energy in coming back because she's constantly being used by the enemy. So I don't have no sympathy about you getting it. And then she came at me about having a card, and I'm like, Mother's Day is not even over with. You don't know what I have planned. You don't know if I'm waiting for something to get delivered. You don't know. We just came back from a trip. We didn't stop at no stores to get a Mother's Day card. But anyway, she's in her feelings. So continue on. We go to the mall. The girls go play. We come back, eat the pizza. By the time we come back, it's like 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's around 8 o'clock. So we all doing us, right? But then at 11:30 at night, I see my wife. She's in the guest room putting down the air mattress, which did not make sense to me at 11:30 at night. And I'm like, what you doing? She's like, I don't want Rylan in the room no more. He needs to go to the couch. He's too comfortable. But this is the same woman that begged and pleaded for him to go from the couch to the room. Now you want him back on the couch. Okay, you're all over the place. That's the red flags that I needed to really see and see that she's about to be on some demon time. So that morning, ain't nothing being said, right? That morning, everything's cool. My son, he sleeps on the couch. He comes home, he sleeps on the couch. She goes to work. She texts me around 3 o'clock talking about how much we got to get Rylan, and Rylan got to move. Now he got to move. He has to move, right? And I'm looking like, what did he do for him to have to move? It's all because he didn't get her a Mother's Day card. And I tried to talk to him about some other stuff that he was giving me a whole lot of pushback on. And I told him that morning, Coretta wants you gone. And I've been trying to tell him, that's my wife. She comes first. So if she wants you gone, I'm a supporter. I'm a backer, especially if you're not doing what I'm asking for you to do. Right? His mom don't want to have nothing to do with him, meaning she don't want him to move in with her at all. But she wants to tell me what I'm doing and how I'm treating him is wrong. But hey, that don't even make sense either, right? Enemy using her to attack. I'm getting attacked from all angles. So I'm at home. This is Monday, so he's talking under our doorbell ring, which my wife could hear the whole conversation, which he don't never talk right there. And I'm thinking to myself, why is he talking on the porch right there? He don't never talk there. He normally takes his phone calls around the corner and sits on the curb or on the side of the house. But he's right here. And it's like it was all orchestrated by the enemy that's using him, the enemy that's using her, his mama. So he's saying things that I guess he heard me say to my wife, were like, why do you feel entitled? Why is it a big deal because he didn't get you a card? It's like you're doing too much. You're doing too much. You're making a big fuss over nothing. He didn't get you a card. There's no reason for you to be spazzing out the way you spazzing out. I done got you. You about to go to a spa. I done bought you this expensive perfume. We done came from Vegas and you questioning me about a $4-5 card. I said, okay. She on demon time. Right? Because, like I said, she's at work, but she's ear hustling whatever my son's saying. Now, he ain't saying nothing disrespectful. He's just saying stuff like, she's mad at me because I didn't get he's talking to his mom. She's mad at me because, I didn't get her a Mother's Day card. Blah, 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 blah. He ain't once disrespected her, because if he did, she would have told me. Yeah, he was out there calling me bitch, bees and this and this. And he was like, he didn't say nothing like that. But she didn't like to hear the truth. Right? So then I get the text from my wife. Rylan got to go, blah, blah, blah. We got to pay him back his money, and he could carry out whatever food that he bought with food stamps. He could carry that food out, whatever he could carry. And I'm like, hold up. So I call her up. And I'm like, I'm talking to her. I'm like, Rylan is not moving. He's not moving. Not today. I'm not saying that he can't move. We just got to do it the right way. We're not going to just make an irrational decision when he hasn't really done anything. Well, he done smoke weed and he's talking to me about his mama, blah, 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 blah. But I'm like, so this don't got nothing to do with him not buying you a Mother's Day card? Nope. I'm just tired of him. I'm tired of him being in this house. But that was not the talk Sunday, right? Because remember, I got on him about the weed smell. So now all of a sudden you want him gone. I said, nah, we got to have reason for him to leave. He's going to step on his own foot. We just got to tell him, hey, I don't want no more vaping in this house. So you mad because he missed a dish day? I mean, he forgot to do the dishes before he went to work or took out the trash. Like, you coming up like, stop. You're doing too much. So when I talked to her and she's like, okay, he can stay to the first, but he got to be gone by the first. I'm like, okay, cool. Because I knew she's on demon time. I just need a couple days and let this die down. But between now, let me talk to him and tell him, hey, you got to get on your P's and Q's. You got to walk on pins and needles here because she's looking to put you out. Nope, I get a lot of pushback. Well, if I got to leave, y'all going to give me all my money that I gave y'all for rent, and y'all going to give me some more money, for the food stamps, and I'm not leaving until the 17th of next month, and you're going to have to take me to court and get me out through the court. I said, are you, is something wrong with you? I'm thinking to him like, dog, where is this coming from? You ain't never lived with nobody your whole life, and you telling me what I didn't say you had to be out today. You ain't, but you need to start thinking about where you're gonna live at, because you don't have nowhere to go. And that's the biggest thing. He don't got nowhere to go. So I stopped talking to him because he was talking stupid and he's starting to yell, scream. I said he on demon time too now. Everybody's screaming and yelling. Everybody's screaming and yelling except for me, because I know what's going on. So then I go to work. 5 o'clock come. She about to get off of work. She texts me telling me pretty much, I'm about to go harass your son. And I can't promise anything and don't look to call me. So when I try to call, I'm blocked. Anytime I block people, you already know. She on demon time. I get a call from my son. He yelling. I'm like, what's going on? Coretta's harassing me. I wasn't even doing nothing. She came in the house just yelling at me, blah, blah, blah. I call her son, DJ. I'm like, DJ, what's going on? He tells me Rylan wasn't doing anything. His mom just came in here yelling at him. I said, oh, man, I'm at work. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't want something to happen that she goes to jail or he goes to jail, right? So I'm trying to contemplate getting off. But I'm trying to tell my son, won't you just put some clothes on and leave? That's all you got to do. Put some clothes on and leave. But it's taking him like almost 20 minutes just to put some clothes on and leave because he's constantly going back and forth with my wife, right? Now she's saying ridiculous. I can hear her in the background saying, oh, you in cahoots with Rylan. You chose Rylan over me. I'm like, when did I choose Rylan over you? Because he told me that I could stay. Rylan said he could stay. I said, yeah. I said, we talked earlier. You told me he has till the 30th. I just relayed the message to him. But now you coming on talking about he needs to leave. So you told me he could stay till the 30th, but now you coming on arguing at him talking about he needs to leave. Okay. So he finally leaves out the house, right? I'm at work, I get off. I sleep in the guest room because that's where, you know, when she's on demon time, she don't want to lay next to me. So this is just part of the routine. So Tuesday comes, we got to take our daughter to this evaluation. We take our daughter to this evaluation, and we take both cars because I got to take, after the evaluation, I got to drop my daughter off at the daycare. My wife got to go to work. It was no arguing. She was acting normal. So when it was time to leave, and I said, okay, I'm about to leave, let me get a kiss, she just keeps walking. I said, you didn't hear me? She said, I didn't know you wanted a kiss. I said, I just asked you for a kiss. So now she comes back, and I go to kiss her, but she don't pucker up. She just standing still. I said, okay, she's really on demon time. All this from the airport and Mother's Day, is that like, I always tell y'all, man, we always argue over nothing. It's always over nothing. It ain't nothing major that we're arguing over. It's always over nothing. But I'm going to have to continue this and give you a little bit more because we haven't even got started. I got to get back to work. Love y'all. I'm out.